Hi friends, this channel is mainly about 3D computer animation. There's a piece of software around which is called Maya, used widely in the animation industry, distributed by the software giant Autodesk. All professional animation packages, not only Maya, are able to provide content for virtual and augmented reality. 3D objects and animations are key elements in augmented reality. Without them, augmented reality, AR, would be nothing more and less than reality. So this brief video is about 6 augmented reality apps, which I chose more or less randomly. They all contain 3D footage. So, my dear subscribers and all the others, please consider this to be one of your next jobs in a massively growing industry. Why massively growing? Because of 2 factors. One, mixing 3D graphics with the real world of our current environment offers huge possibilities for education, learning, and maybe entertainment. Second, the hardware is mature enough now to anchor the virtual content solidly in the real world. What does that mean? The objects don't swim and float around anymore. This is due to laser technologies, and the most advanced piece of mainstream hardware with this feature is the 4th generation iPad by Apple. It has a LiDAR scanner which allows pretty much exact matching of virtual and real graphics in more or less real time. And probably the next iPhone will have that same technology. But I'm not reviewing the 6 apps. They are randomly chosen. I rather want to make a point about them in general. And the point is, does this app with its specific 3D content need reality? Let's start with the first example. It's a free and pretty much straightforward app where I can select a photograph from my library, then give the camera and the LiDAR a second or two to scan the floor and the wall, and finally move directly to that wall where I actually want to place my photograph. I then move a few steps back in real life, evaluate and change the position, look at the virtual print from different perspectives, try out a frame, step back again, etc. The app comes from the printing service called Whitewall and is an excellent example for the deployment of augmented reality. Second example, Cam to Plan. It's as straightforward, and it's only usable in this mix of virtual lines in a real environment. The app is doing nothing but, and it does a very nice job here, measuring distances very precisely and creating 2D drawings from these measurements. An excellent tool for architects, but not only architects, and again a perfect mix of virtual and real graphics. Example number 3 is called Jig Space. The laser sees and calculates the dimensions of the floor in the hallway and places a microphone with a shadow on the floor. The shadow, by the way, is part of the 3D graphics, and without it, AR does not work. You need a shadow to place things realistically on a real floor. The app teaches you how a microphone works. Excellent. But what do we need reality for here? It does not make sense to see the mic and the audio waves in my office building. If the app was about distributing audio waves in a specific environment, for example, to evaluate reverb or resonance behavior of sound in a building, that would make sense. But here... Number 4 is one of the richest apps for anatomy. It's called Complete Anatomy, and after a brief trial period, it's quite costly. So let's try it out. The skeleton is hovering above the floor where I placed it. This is not the app's fault, but a rare scanning failure of the LiDAR scanner, I guess. Let me place the skeleton actually on the stairs. This works perfectly fine. As I said before, the iPad Pro LiDAR scanner does an excellent job, and the app is so amazing that you can actually get close and see the heartbeat. You could learn dissecting the prostate gland or the flow of nerves in the shoulder, very complex, but why place the skeleton in my real environment? Doesn't make sense. Example 5, Froggypedia. I place a frog on the real floor, scale it up, get closer to it, visualize the blood veins and the arteries, the nerves, the respiratory and digestive organs, etc. But why all the effort of augmented reality when the frog would look much better on a black or white background? I think app developers and the people who pay them are more or less desperately trying to jump on the AR train at all costs. But like with virtual reality, where everything is virtual, you better think about if that's the technique where all components do make sense. The frog, the skeleton, the microphone would make sense in virtual reality, where you could disassemble and reassemble them with the controllers in your hands, but not in a real environment with AR. It does not make sense. The last example I'm going to show you is called Reality Composer. Nice tool with a virtual physics engine, gravity, etc. And without further comment, here we need the real floor. This is a great example of virtual physics in the real world. Have a good day.